Hello, YouTube dippers. It's Sean. I'm back. I'm a little congested, if you can't tell. We've had a few happenings recently, besides the fact that I'm sick. Um, I'm about to admit something I thought I'd never admit. I've switched to Copenhagen Snuff. It's over lid. We'll go into packing pinches and stuff like that. But the reason why I'm switching is my gums have been so torn up. I've never been this bad before in my life. I'm actually kind of worried. Took some pictures on here for my dentist, to figure out what the hell's going on with me. Um, there's a picture of my gums after I brushed them. Hang on, we'll get rid of this real quick. Right here. Pretty bloody right there. There's me after I spit. My toothbrush is actually pretty red. My gums bled. That's every time I brush. It's actually really bad. And so I switched to snuff. I can't really stop dipping altogether, but for some reason with snuff I dip less, which I think is a good thing. It's got to be something behind my gums bleeding. The reason I got it was I talked to somebody, one of my buds who's older than me. He's 2 years older than me. He's 21. He didn't go to college. Whatever. Anyways, I hung out with him last weekend. I went home. Go figure. I go home every weekend. But went home with him last weekend and told him about my issue. And he's like, "Dude, you got to dip snuff. It's easier on your gums." So that's where I got that. That's why I'm here. I actually showered, so my hair's not greasy. It's just really wet. So yeah, that's where I'm getting this thing for my gums. I've heard snuff's easier from that one guy. So, if y'all have any other ideas, then feel free to let me know. I'm open to anything at this point because you wouldn't believe how much pain I'm in when I brush my teeth. I just about have to get liquored up before I do it. But speaking of liquored up, it's kind of what I am right now. Okay, I did grab a spitter. We're in a new position today. We're in the TV chair, which is across from the TV, watching a little bit of ESPN, getting some Jeremy Lin action. That's all they ever talk about these days on the 55-inch that I bought for college. I'm pretty sure I showed y'all that in one of my earlier videos. Anyways, it's a dip video. I already cracked the can. I literally just bought it. I just walked in my room, but I cracked the can as soon as I got out. See? That is snuff. Showed you that earlier. But, look, I already spilled. Just a little bit. People complain about not getting good pinches with snuff, and it's really just how well you pack it. When you take a pinch, make sure you're gripping it against the side of the can, to get a little extra, pack. Make sure it's real tight. Don't dilly-dally around with it. There's a pinch. It's actually pretty damn big, but can't be too picky with snuff. It'll all fall apart. Once you put it in, you have to pack it with your tongue. It literally falls apart as soon as you put it in. So it's only for fairly experienced dippers. Not trying to toot my own horn or anything right there, but fairly experienced dippers, so you can pack it with your tongue. Get into a place that you have a fairly tight pocket, so you can squeeze it together. Unlike long cut, you can't let it just sit there. You gotta keep it squeezed. Yeah, but I I just the first time I tried snuff was a couple years ago, and I had the same problem that everybody else does with their dip. You know, you first put it in, it sucks. It goes everywhere. Um, just keep trying it. And recently, when I just got a can of snuff this weekend, it worked out fine. It's really key with getting it against the sidewall, making sure it's packed. Mm, that's pretty key. And then also being able to pack it with your tongue is also key. That's pretty much it. You know, you take too small of a pinch and it won't grip the inside of your lip if it's too small. So make sure you get a decent sized pinch, but not that big. I don't do that big a pinch every time. That was just happened. I didn't want to have to redo it because unlike long cut, you can't take a little bit off of snuff. It'll all fall apart if you take a little bit off. Saturday we played Texas A&M lacrosse. It should be pretty fairly easy game. It's our first home game. Not too bad. Practice tonight. Not too bad. I didn't go to practice last week, which was probably not my smartest idea, but I've been rocking a fever for a week now, and I feel so shitty. And I think my roommate got it too, and I kind of feel bad for him. He slept through his classes today, so I mean, normally I'd wake him up and be like, "Hey, you gotta go to class," but today I was like, "No, dude, you're sick," so I didn't move him. Um, this weekend went to Texas Mardi Gras. Saw Eli Young Band, Turnpike Troubadours, Josh Abbott, Lee Bryce. All were there. It was great. It was at Fair Park in Dallas. Not a great venue for a country concert. A, it's indoors. B, it's in Dallas. I'd prefer the Stockyards for a country concert, like Red Dirt. Red Dirt Roundup's a pretty good concert, but it rained, so I actually, in a sense, it was good that it was inside, but that's the only reason I enjoyed it being inside. If it had been if it had been sunny, I would have rather have been outside. That's what I'm trying to say. Um, see, Saturday morning, delivered some wood. Sorry, it was actually a repeat customer. Uh, funny story is we delivered about $1,000 worth of wood. Like I said, it's been really slow this year. She is the only lady that's ever returned wood. Right, she's one of our first deliveries this year, and she returned the wood. And our policy is, you know, if it doesn't burn, give it back to us. You know, we end up getting good customers that way. And so she was like, "Hey, it's not burning. Give it." You know, we're like, "Oh, sorry. We'll replace it." So we replaced it. She never called us again. Okay. She called me last week. "Hey, I need more wood." And actually, she called me and she was like, "Hey, I called back in December ordering wood." And I was like, "Oh shit, we must have forgot." No. I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, we forgot." She's like, "No, I need more." And she told me her address, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that was you." And she's like, "Yeah, you know, I figured out why it didn't burn last time." I was like, "Oh, what happened?" She's like, "I wasn't using kindling. I just tried to light the logs with a lighter." I'm just thinking in my head, like, "You dummy." I didn't say anything. I was just like, "Oh, yeah, you know, okay." And she's like, "Can you bring kindling, you know, so I can get it started?" Okay. So, um, that worked out well. Made a couple bucks. She didn't want a whole lot of wood, so. All right. But here's the kicker. I wake up Saturday morning. Hang on. Watch something funny on ESPN. But, anyways, totally forgot. I've been drinking a little bit. Oh yeah, so I wake up Saturday morning. I had called Logan, my buddy, earlier that day. I was like, "Hey, can you help me load the wood? You know, it's not gonna take long. I just need you at 8 in the morning." He's like, "Yeah, no problem. I'll see you there." So I drive over to the place. Drive over to our little where we keep it at David's house to load the wood. He's not there. So I'm like, "All right, you know, he's usually late. We'll give him 15 minutes." Doesn't show up. It's like, fuck. I have a 102-degree fever this morning, and I'm just like, don't want to be here. I just want to load this wood and get it over with. he doesn't show up. I call him later, and I was like, "Hey, where were you?" He's like, "Oh, dude, I felt so bad this morning. I was so tired, um, so I just didn't show up." I was like, "Oh, you fucking ass!" Like, I got 6 hours of sleep on 102-degree fever, and I showed up to get this damn wood, and you're telling me you're just tired. I was pissed, but he's my buddy. I'll probably do it to him at some point in my life. I don't think I've done it yet, but um, I was pissed. I'm not the kind of guy who'd say anything about it. Why start a fight over that shit? So it's whatever. Got a little beard going here. As you can tell, I'm sick, so I don't wake up early enough to shave, and yeah, so that's that. But I guess the biggest news is that I'm dipping snuff now. In my earlier videos, I said I dip Copenhagen long cut till I die. Sticking with Copenhagen. It's almost the same can lid. I mean, just a different lid and obviously a different name. But um, yeah, it's just a silver lid instead of a gold. Uh, I just had to switch to snuff because I need something that's gonna help these gums. It's just they hurt so bad, and they hurt really bad when I brush. Like I said, I almost need to be liquored up for it. But they hurt all the time, really. It happens. I'm sure this gum thing will go away. I have an appointment tomorrow with the dentist here in Dallas. Make sure I don't have any cancer or anything. Just check up. I haven't told my mom yet, so hopefully it's nothing and we just figure it out. But hang on, we're about to see. Oh, worst unforced error. But that's it. That's my life in a nutshell recently. I'm signing off now, but hopefully get healthy. Have a great day and God bless.